One thing that people don't like talking about, failure. A lot of us are afraid to talk about our failures or even afraid to accept our failures. And we look at it as a bad thing. We look at it as something to be ashamed of. I'll try to buck the trend. Although honestly, I understand that feeling because I also felt that. You don't feel great when you fail, di ba?
Yeah.
But you'll feel better when you understand why it's happening. I'll talk about my own failures. I've been an entrepreneur since I graduated from college. I've never had a job. I've never had to have a job because I've always had my own business. And
You never experienced to be an employee.
no, I never did. But I understand what it's like to be an employee. No, excuse me. I was a waiter before. I was a waiter. I was an usher for a movie theater. I was a bakery store clerk. I understand work. I understand hard work. I'm not afraid of hard work. I never was. I just wanted to share siguro like my story because it might help somebody who's failing right now or maybe in the midst of failure or feels like a failure. When I want to talk about my recent failure. So I had a production company for 14 years. Started in 2001. It was called Ideal Minds. We produced TV shows for many different TV channels when TV was still the main medium. Okay, TV channels like ABC5, which is TV5 now. Studio 23, which is, I don't even know if they exist anymore. Sports and Action ata yun eh. MTV, which is also, I don't know if they exist anymore. GMA News TV. So we produce for different channels. And we produce international shows as well. We started that because of a vision. I had this very strong vision that I wanted to entertain people and inspire people. Because of that vision, we created this company, 2001, and we created groundbreaking shows. I was running it, we were growing and growing, and we grew and grew and grew, and we became so big. From television, I saw the emerging internet move. I saw that happening. So we started to shift everything online. By 2012, we've effectively integrated online with a website called Flipish.com. We were the #1 online video channel. We were the only one. And so many people tried to copy us, big companies, small companies, nobody could match what we did. At that time when Facebook was growing and nobody even had 1 million followers, we had 1.8 million followers. Okay, we were that big. And then in 2015, you know what happened? Facebook closed down our fan page. The problem with that is the traffic on our website was reliant now on Facebook because people were clicking from Facebook to our website. So when we lost Facebook, bumagsak yung traffic namin. Our online traffic collapsed and our online revenues collapsed. And then I started losing money because of that. And I wasn't getting any more clients. And eventually I couldn't afford to keep my staff. I had to let go of everyone until we eventually shut down the company officially mga 2017. So I was analyzing why this happened to me. And then I realized something. When Facebook closed down our fan page and I lost all my revenue, a part of me was relieved. Weirdly enough, there was a part of me was like, parang all that responsibility was off my shoulders. And then I realized that I believed that it was the universe conspiring to make my innermost thoughts possible. I think a part of me lost my passion. No, not I think. I know I lost my passion. By 2014, 2015, I started to lose my passion and my focus. I knew that was happening. I started to focus on other things. Stupid things. I started to diversify, do different businesses, which was not even my forte. I was bored, I was whatever. By doing all of those things, I lost my focus, I lost my passion for my craft. And I think when you lose your passion for your craft and your focus, I think the universe conspires and acts accordingly to what your inner desires are. And I think losing my fan page, which eventually led to the demise of the company, was something that the universe conspired to do on my behalf because I placed it in my innermost desires. So it is so important that you watch your thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions because that forms whatever your reality is. And I believe that the universe will conspire to give you that. So that's one reason. I think the other reason also, So aside from losing focus, I'll blame ego. I'll blame my ego on it. You know what happened to me by about 2006, 2007? I was getting so many accolades, so many awards, invited to speak here, invited to speak there. And I was invited to go to this event, that event. Wow, hobnobbing with different people. It was amazing. I was enjoying the high life. I forgot the grind. I was focused more on the spotlight versus the grind, the work, the routine, the day-to-day things that made that company great. Yes, you should not forget the day-to-day things, the little things, the ones that you don't think matters. That's the one you should be doing because that's the one that makes you and your company great.
You became complacent there.
I became complacent, yeah, you're right. And that's what happened. So it's a combination of ego and loss of passion that led to the demise of that company. And I talk about that because I want people to understand it happens. And now that, I lost...
Realize all your mistakes.
Well, I realized all my mistakes eventually after a lot of introspection, a lot of thought, a lot of alone time to think about things. I realized those were the things that happened to me. I can't blame anyone for it but myself. But to accept it to yourself is hard. But that acceptance is the first step to change
Yes.
and to progress and to moving on. The hardest part for me is this. Since my whole life, I knew that I wanted to entertain people. My whole life, since I was 17, I knew that. I realized that still my passion is to entertain and inspire. But I'm going to go back into it now, and that's why I'm doing these videos. Because I want to inspire people. I want to entertain them too if I can in whatever way. If these inspirational talks are inspiring and it makes you think about your life and makes you think about being a better person, by all means, great. And if I can do that, then I've done my job. So I realized and went back to what my passion was. It was to entertain and inspire. It's always been. So now I'm doing that again, but this time in front of the camera. And I'll also be doing a lot of mga behind the scenes as well. Because now I found myself again. It took a while. And here's the lesson in this. Even when you fail, in that failure, you learn. You never fail if you learn. And I learned. It's a hard lesson, but I accept it and I'm excited to move forward. And hopefully, sana, let's see where this goes. I don't know where this is gonna go. But definitely, I'm excited for this. How about this? For the first time, I'm in the unknown. For the first time, I'm not definite about anything. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like walking into a dark room. You don't know where you're going at times, but you know you have to go somewhere. You know you have to get to the end,
Yeah,
but you don't know how because it's so dark. You never know what's in front of you. But that's part of the thrill and the excitement and also part of life. You really never know. Even in the face of uncertainty and in that darkness where you can't see where you're going, you still gotta take that first step. For the first time, I am uncertain. For the first time, I don't know what my future holds. And it's scary, but now I'm learning to face my fears. And even with being afraid, I still move forward. And I will never stop moving forward. I want to address everyone watching this video. If you're experiencing failure right now or hardships in your career or in your business or in life, remember that failure is not a bad thing. It is a way to direct you and point you in the right direction. Just remember that and welcome failure in your life. Because in those failures also, you will learn more about yourself and you will learn lessons that you need to help you succeed. And finally, this. Remember, even when you've already failed, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the uncertainty. Don't be afraid to move forward. Because even when you're afraid, when you move forward, that shows your courage. And in that courage, you will find your success.